Good evening. Relief for families and small business, but no cut to company tax. The Prime Minister today delivered the blueprint for the May budget. Facing a massive revenue black hole from a slump in iron ore prices, Tony Abbott has warned that savings will still have to be made as his government tries to bring the budget closer to surplus.
It's not the news any government wants a month before a budget. The IMF downgrading the growth rate to 2.8% and upgrading the jobless rate to 6.4%. Still, Tony Abbott was upbeat with the top end of town.
We are making progress. There's still much to do, but there are clear signs of strength.
This was a Prime Minister setting out the budget agenda.
The deficit will decline every year. Each year will bring us closer to a surplus.
With his paid parental leave scheme dead, buried and cremated, he formally killed off the 1.5% company tax cut and the offsetting levy to fund it.
We've really got to be focusing on getting company tax rates down to 25%.
What amazes me is not that they've dropped it. What amazes me is that he kept it for so long.
The savings from dumping the PPL will fund tax cuts for small business, probably about 1.5%.
In ways that will stimulate investment, boost productivity, generate new jobs and make existing jobs more secure.
Some coalition MPs question tax cuts for small business and have told the Treasurer asset write-downs would be far more beneficial. Small business questions how many will benefit.
We need instant tax write-offs or accelerated depreciation on certain things. We need assistance with employment.
We must be careful that in that process business regains confidence.
A families package will be a budget centrepiece with spending to help parents stay or return to the workforce.
There will be no new spending that's not offset against savings.
Challenging Labor to support the savings. Lane Kelcutt, 9 News.
Let's go live now to the Nine Network's finance editor, Ross Greenwood. Ross, the government is certainly putting on a brave face, but the figures tell a different story.
Yeah, well, it's so true, Peter, and there were three pieces of economic news out today. Two bad for the government and one not so bad. Let's go first to China. Its economic growth rate for the past year has come in at 7%. That's the worst since the global financial crisis. And of course, Australia will have flow-on implications from that. It's one reason why our growth rate has been downgraded. The second one is kind of interesting, and that is consumer confidence. Now, last year's budget certainly did spook Australians, and even the mere mention of a budget over the past month appears to have done much the same thing. It was down by 3.2%, but worryingly, people are most concerned about their jobs. That's the reason why they're not spending and investing right now. The piece of news that was good for the government, though, was that Moody's, the big international credit ratings agency, has reconfirmed Australia's credit rating of AAA. It says we've got the horsepower and relatively low debt to get through these sluggish times, Peter.
All right, Ross, thank you.